Think we're in? Okay. Let's start a new colony. Naked. Let's put it on Builder, just because the early stages are pretty hard. I don't mind that it's amiable, but give me a capital A. Thank you. Why the fuck's a can opener? Because we're gonna have to find a more creative way to open this. Maybe it twists off. Oh shit, it does. Well, that's not as much fun. Now last time I tried to do Naked and Afraid, I wound up getting an alcoholic, which was a pain in the ass. So let's not do that again. Isle Connor, huh? I like it. We're gonna live right here in the temperate forest. Or, you know what, I kind of want to live on a jungle island. And there should be... Jesus, that's, it's not looking very jungly. Temperate forest. Boreal forest. Shit. So there's a swamp over here. What's this? Arid shrubland. Tropical rainforest. Sounds good. This is what we want. Right here. We like this one. Oh wait, large hills. Limestone and granite. Let's move here because there's marble. Yeah. Now we gotta look at these guys and make sure that nobody is incapable of doing things, because that sucks. Brawler and abrasive. Oh, you're addicted. Sorry, Anna. Dumb labor. No. Creepy breathing and aesthetic. So, he has a negative opinion of his dead wife. Oh, because she's staggeringly ugly. That makes sense. Fred breathes heavily all the time and sweats constantly. Well, he's not incapable of doing anything. He's got a reasonable amount of skills. His hair's not goofy enough, though. So, we'll come back to that. No. Being incapable of firefighting would be very dangerous. Oh, this person's got a 7 to plant, so they'd be like one away from being able to take care of that. Incapable. Intellectual crafting, so no. Pyromaniac, beautiful, greedy. Alright, so I guess it's Izzy? No. It's I-G-G-Y. Now, baby, can't you see? Oh, no Allens in this fortress. No way in hell. Your name will be... Dry. Great. No. Your name is Issa Iggy Pry. Iggy is not the middle name. That's just because she listens to a lot of that Azalea Girl. That'll improve my strategic abilities, I'm sure. It's actually not a terrible one. Not that I can recommend the consumption of ethanol to any human being. What I suggest you do instead is self-immolate. I feel like my gain's a little low, so I'm going to turn that up. This is a different... Obviously, this is a different recording software. Lets me have a face cam. So now when I'm flipping you off, you can finally see it, and really that's gonna ruin most of my videos. Because what most people realize is that part of the reason why I'm so bad at games is because I've just always got one hand constantly flipping everybody off. Just the whole time. Just right there. You know. And now that you can see that, it probably has ruined some of the illusion. You're probably like, oh, this guy's just good old-fashioned bad. But no, I just don't try. I don't try in the least. So I looked at like the way it was set up, and this is great because there's like already a natural little black box over right below where my face should be. And so right there's like this little black box that should be perfect for putting some text in. I haven't really given it a good look though. Sour cream and onion chips. Whatever the hell is in that bottle, I'm not sure, to be honest. The guy I stole it from said, but that might have been on account of the knife I decided to trade him for it. It's worth noting, if somebody hands you a knife, try not to catch it with your jugular vein. That's usually a bad idea. That usually results in some minor problems and might affect your ability to taste things in the future. Strategy fuel. Let's read what this shit says. To honor the tradition of this great brand, we quote from the original Pledge of Quality. From the glass-lined tanks of old Latrobe, we tender this premium whatever for your enjoyment as a tribute to your good taste. It comes from the mountain springs to you. 4.4%. Oh, shit. Well, whatever. Being stupid is going to make this more entertaining for you, right? Oh, pfft. Well, that's what's wrong, Iggy. You felt totally safe. You're a fucking moron. Alright. So we're going to have to, immediately get some orders in for some wood chopped. Just a little bit, though. Like, I don't need you to go completely batshit. Okay. And that should get her over there by that building. This might be a good place for a storage zone or whatever. Over here is probably going to be our farm. Let's look at these. What have we got? Harvestable. By the time she gets around to that 99% one, it should be good. We'll hit this 97. Whoa! Oh, there's Iggy. Steel slag. Okay, so here's the deal, Iggs. You're gonna go cut that. Aren't you glad you're not a slave anymore, Iggy? Like, now you're free, you've escaped. In fact, we're going to adjust that, medieval slave. Yeah, okay. Can we adjust your title? Okay. Sor... No, Slavivor. O-U-R. Slavivor. That's her thing. This is gonna be great. She's gonna love this. Let's get some manual priorities. So, we kind of want construction to be high priority for a while. And plant cutting is super essential for the moment. We'll put grow at 2, construct at 1, plant cutting at 2 as well. And then since she's out here, we'll have her plant just a random little growing zone. You know what? Let's put it over here a little bit. Just 2 little spots, and we'll have her plant some oh shit, what did I want her to plant out here? Alright, plant this smoke leaf out here then. That'll be immediately useful, I'm sure. Oh, you screwed up the harvest, Iggy. Oh shit, girl. You're gonna have trouble right away. And then right after that, eat all your berries. And don't worry, I've got a stockpile going on right down here. So don't forget to bring them berries in. Okay. And then she'll come down here and hopefully get to work. Now we are going to have to build a couple doors. And we're going to build 2 of them. Walls are going to become a necessity. I think the easiest way to make things safe would be to build a pair of walls right here. And then we'll designate this as our personal little farm zone. What do we want to grow back here? How much room do we have? 8. Okay, so let's start with a 3x3 there. 4x5 there. And can I... Yeah, okay. Alright, so this massive one is going to grow potatoes, which is always nice. We're gonna put roses here, cotton here, and over here we'll put some heel root. That's fine. And that'll give her a nice little initial setup. We're going to forbid these walls for now. They're just part of future planning. Honestly, I don't know why they have the plan button when you can just forbid things. That's great. She thinks she wants to plant stuff first. I mean, who am I to judge? We'll tell her she's going to want a bed. Really, I'd go with a bedroll over that if I was her, but you know, it's her life. Let her live it as she wishes. Really, the worst thing is I can't, like, give her individual job priorities. So, like, I can tell her that doing certain jobs is important, but I can't tell her, like, build this bed before this thing. I have to either say straight up, don't build the bed, or don't build the door, or whatever. Because, like, in Dwarf Fortress, and mind you, this is a fairly recent thing, you could, like, designate certain areas to, like, be dug before certain other areas. Okay, I can appreciate that you want to plant your rose there. But as soon as you're done with that, cut down some teak And this palm over here, which is not ideally grown, but you know, it needs to be done. For somebody with a level 7, with a level 7 in planting, you sure as hell have not spent any time whatsoever cutting down those plants. So, like, your job was exclusively to plant them. You never had to cut down or harvest any berries in your entire life. Can we tame this? No. Okay. Not that we should be spending any time on that anyways, but it's just one of those things that it's good for us to know. You're gonna harvest that palm tree? Good. And then you gotta get your bed together. Because that bed's gonna be your only real defense. You know, everything else that you do in your life is just gonna be pointless. Why would you take this path? Is there something wrong with just going straight through here? Iggy must be slightly scared of doors. Which I suppose is fair. I would be scared of doors if I was a slave for most of my life as well. You know, people always like slamming them on you and saying mean things to you. Being like, you should do more work for me. And like saying it in that weird, like, hollow, distant tone of voice that really makes you wonder if that person is all there. Why don't we think about a rose garden or something here? We'll put daylilies out front, but we're not sowing that right now. Or I guess you can sow 1 or 2 of them. Oh, see? It's a decent bedroom. Something you can be proud of, Iggy. And how's your needs doing? Your food's alright? You say your house is pretty damn beautiful. You're not super comfortable, but your need for comfort is so low it's not even funny. Okay, so let's just take note of where some berries are. 97, 96. Those could both be useful. $91. Okay. We should cut that down. Actually, I really don't want to, but this plant right here is so ugly. Okay, it's not that ugly. It's not as ugly as a rock sitting out in the open. But it smells bad. So maybe Iggy could just keep that in mind. Let's mark this machinery for mining. There's chinchillas wandering around. If she gets lonely. That one will be ready for her by the time she walks over there. And we're just kind of marking them now. She shouldn't go for those jobs until she's much closer to them. So as long as she stays working at work. Okay. The roses are important, yes. I agree. But, if you don't mind me saying, you need to stop. We'll start thinking about roses after we have, you know, food growing. And this field's going to be the most painful one because it's got all these trees in the way. So let's look at the wildlife, see if we have any predators. Because sometimes we've only got one predator, looks like. Wow. Sometimes predators leave pieces of corpses around, which we can, of course, use to get some leather. Harvest that. Harvest that. See, I've been thinking a lot about this one because it's definitely closer to what I want to play, I think, compared to like the 5 people thing, because it seems like when you get a bunch of people, it's just impossible to keep track of who's got what needs, what they want. You know, there's always that one person who's just like, I want the best everything. And then you're like, oh, Jesus. Or that one guy who's got to screw everybody's wife, which is always nice. No, there we go, Iggy. See, Iggy wants her wall up as well, because she knows what happens. Every other time I've done this, we've gotten screwed because some random animal decided to go on a killing spree, and we just didn't have anything set up to protect ourselves. And so I think having some walls that'll still let her have access to productive areas will be exactly what the doctor ordered. Okay, how's her needs right now? She's sweaty, she's naked, she's uncomfortable as all hell. Well, we can set up a passive cooler over here in her bedroom. It won't be ready for building anytime soon. What does this thing do? Cotton. Sure, cotton can be important. In fact, let's forbid the cotton field. We want her to work on taters. I think taters take like 4 days to grow, but she should have more than 4 days worth of food. Okay, don't botch any of this, please. Nothing worse than when you're like, okay, just build one more wall and they won't be able to notice us. And then they botch the construction, and you're just like, no. You really had to pick up the wood to haul it out of the way to decide you needed to go pick up more wood. Okay, look at that. No. Zone. Remove roof area. No. No roof over this. What'd you think of her bedroom? What's wrong with it now? Oh, it's a fucking filthy mess. Alright. Get in there and clean your room. You've got one tato growing. Alright, we're gonna have to build a little 3x3. Build it on the eastern side. Let's put it right here. We'll just put it right there. It'll be a bit of a weird shape, but that's fine. We're not going to keep rice around very long. She just has to do this. I hope she gets experience for putting up roofs. It doesn't look like she gets experience for taking them down, which kind of sucks. Alright, just get me more potatoes. So, that's our day one. Day one, good. So let's start thinking about our day two, which is going to have to open up for getting some berries. I'm going to have her eat the berries she already has, come out here, harvest these 3 bushes, haul them in, and then I'm going to have her come out here, focus on the rice, which will be important, and maybe more wood. Maybe we'll have her get the wood first, actually. I mean, she'll get some wood for clearing the rice field, but we're still going to need some. Oh shit, she's actually trying to plant healroot. Well, she's worried about her health. Why don't you work on that instead? You know, plant something that'll keep you alive. Oh shit, maybe... Hopefully that works. Yeah, it looks like she's planting something. So her need for rest is getting close, and she is fairly uncomfortable. She ate without a table. She's not comfortable. She's sweaty. It's dark. She needs more recreation, which I totally dig. She's hungry, and she's naked. But there's nobody to see you in your nudity, so... Like, it's not really so bad. Get rid of those 2 trees, and maybe that'll be enough. I think just one of them will be enough, really. You already carried, like... Oh, 4. So, 25... 31... Yeah, I think you'll have enough. Now, building the oven is going to require us to get iron, which is going to require mining. So we'll wait until inevitably some maniac decides to attack us. And when they do, we'll already have this area set up for her to work in. Let's forbid this. And she'll come in here and she has plants to plant and mines to dig and so on. There, that should make her bedroom much better. It's media. Oh my god, it's still a mess. Alright, Iggy. And we'll put her horseshoes pinned back here. Right on top of that plant so she'll dig it up. I don't think that's a beautiful plant, so yeah, we're fine. Yeah, she's not gonna be happy too much longer if we don't take care of a couple things. Here, consume the berries real quick. That'll make you a little happier. summer. That's why I wanted the tropical jungle. It's gonna give me more room to experiment with plants and stuff. I'll still try and have a stockpile for winter and whatnot. But oh shit, look at that. Well, after you're done with that, mine some compacted machinery. Because that shit would be useful if we could just skip straight to actual full-scale electric equipment. Because then... oh boy. Then we don't have to worry about chopping down wood all the time. We can just set up some windmill someplace. Which... I suppose would be a good idea to put a windmill over here. Then we'd already have one set of the protective walls completed. And there'd be this swamp kind of partially blocking until we got all finished. Well, she doesn't feel like sleeping. I guess this is because her recreation is so poorly met. Solitary recreation. I see. Well, unfortunately, there is no other alternative. I mean, I do want her recreation need to be met, but she's getting bad thoughts because of how tired she is, so she needs to go to bed. Okay, now that she's going into bed, let's look at these berries. This one's ready. This one will be ready. Here, we'll get those ones. And that ought to keep her entertained. I think we ordered her to dig some compacted machinery over here. We'll cancel that for now. We'll keep it in mind. Seeing as how it doesn't look like anything's crashed here. That's too bad. I don't see any evidence of dead animals around. And that panther's just gonna go and get itself wrecked by some elephant or hippopotamus or something. That's what usually happens. So let's look around. Our map is pretty much hideous. The ugliness indicator might be a good way for us to tell where things are, though. Like things that are ugly and whatnot. See, like, this berry bush counts as a -6, and those stones count as a -9. Oh. Okay, I don't know why one's -9 and one's -14, but the idea still stands. So maybe I can scroll around. What's the ugliest place we can, like, find? 1.9. I think I saw 2.5, 2.7. So if we wanted to drive somebody crazy, we would just tell them to stand right over here and just be like, don't move. Good to know. Okay. So let's look at her needs. Her rest needs about met. It's unsightly in here. Is it already? Shit, I guess it is. Alright, dude, get up, clean your room. Like, I can't have you being like, oh, my room's so hideous. Get out there and cut that berry bush. Not the one next to it. Yeah, you're gonna cut 4 berry bushes so that maybe you don't have to do it again tomorrow. I think we're gonna build a campfire. We're gonna start with the campfire. Put it in the back. You know, in our yard here. Because that's reasonable. We'll put it there. We'll put a chair there. We'll put a butcher spot there. A crafting spot over there. She's hauling her berries. Hopefully she carries all these berries in. Like, I think she's just planning on leaving them there. Which just wouldn't do. No. I want you to put the berries inside. Please, for the love of all that is holy. Or, I guess I could have you consume some berries. And then haul them. Yeah, okay. She's eaten well enough. Her food needs should be fairly well met. The low expectations thing is fantastic. The initial optimism is great. It's a tough situation, but I'm excited to be founding a new settlement. Jeez. Girl, you are an optimist. I kind of like that. You gotta appreciate that. Somebody who, like, finds themselves naked and alone after a life of slaveness and just goes for it. She's just rushing straight in. She knows it's gonna be a lot of work, but at least nobody's gonna beat her, you know? Well, unless she decides she's into flagellation. Flagellation? Yeah. Unless she decides she's into that. And you know what? It's up to her. Is the best part. Like, her whole life is just straight ahead of her. And nobody can do anything to change that. You know, not me, not you, not Steve, not George, not Bob. We're gonna pretend like one day she's gonna have an electric stove. Ugh. And we're gonna put her table over here. I don't care, I just want to build it for the purpose of having it put there. And a nice little chess table. And we put off to its side a crafting spot. Just in case, you know, it turns out climate change is a thing and she needs to be worried about it. Now she's going to plant the rice again, which is important. Because it's looking like our potatoes are growing pretty slow. We're starting to hit afternoon. What is 1400 hours? Sort of about 2 o'clock. Today's goal has become pretty freaking all over the place. Okay, I forgot to tell you not to do that, okay? But don't do that. Thank you, you're gonna need that. You're gonna need it. Or wait. Yeah, you want to do the campfire thing. Because you need to be able to cook meals. Because meals will make you happy. They're the solution to all of your problems. Are you... I guess she doesn't have enough wood, so she won't carry the wood that she's carrying over there. Do it forever. Well, whatever. Sure, go cutting teak trees. I don't care. So she can't finish building the dining chair, which is too bad. That's actually sad. You know, if I was her, I would cry right now, actually. No, she didn't feel the need to drop any off there. Oh shit, and she's gonna botch this construction. We'd have been better off leaving his stool there, okay. Let's just forbid it. Okay, Iggy. When you're done with that, cook a couple meals. Get yourself some food. She's pretty fucking happy right now. Probably on account of not being a slave anymore. She is sweating the balls she doesn't have off, but what you gonna do, you know? Relaxing socially. She has a tendency to brighten everyone's day and never insults others. Oof. I mean, the research phase is gonna suck. But at least she's done a little bit of punching. She waited until 7 o'clock to start thinking about cooking dinner, you know. Because that's how Iggy is. Iggy, you know, doesn't concern herself with those kinds of things. Wait, is that... Did my stockpile lose a square somehow? Huh. I guess maybe I deleted it. What's her room looking like? Okay, it's pretty damn bad. Okay, Iggy, before you go to bed, you're gonna have to clean your room. Like, it's really bad now. And I know that's not what you want to hear. How are you? You're a terrible cook. Well, hopefully it's better than raw berries. Okay, yeah, you do need food. Tell me you're gonna go to sleep. I did make you wake up early, so yeah. Oh, she suddenly decided she does need some comfort. I guess she started to prioritize comfort now that she's realized how things are. Dexterity play. What do you think the horseshoe pin does? Simple ancient game played with horseshoes and a large pin in the ground. Players toss horseshoes to try to get them land on the pin. It's relaxing and trains shooting skills. What do you think this chess table does? Fun for a few hours here and there, even playing alone. Trains intellectual skills. Well, see, she's got like 4 different things. She can just chill in solitude. She can go and pretend like there's somebody to relax with in a social setting. Okay, so I'd say it's time to unforbid. No, we're gonna leave all that stuff forbidden until a monster comes by. Let's permit more planting, or yeah, let's get these daylilies growing. She's gonna need something to look at. Ugh. I'm gonna go look at something real quick. You've got this. Okay. So let's unforbid all this furniture. The first thing we're going to want her to do is to work on that table. It's going to be super important. Followed by cutting a couple of these trees. That should keep her busy for most of the morning. And then after that, she should be super hungry, and she'll want to stop and eat. She's got one more meal, which will be enough for the first part of the day, after which it will become necessary for her to start gathering some more food. And it's really not looking like there's a lot to eat out here. Like, she's got some berries and stuff, and that'll keep her going for a couple days. But if at some point our harvest fails, we get some blight in our potatoes, we are not going to be doing well. Should also mean... Well... let's just go out here someplace. Because something that invaders tend to do, from what I've seen, is set stuff on fire. So if they're gonna set something on fire, I want to make them less useful in combat, right? And so we'll just set up some rows here of smoke leaf. We're gonna keep expanding it. Don't you worry about that. That way, if like they come by and start setting fields and stuff on fire all like a bunch of jerks, then they'll run immediately into the problem of, oh yeah, now that we've set all their plants on fire, it's actually made us slightly retarded. Why don't we just plant a random strawberry over there? It's too bad you don't find any, like, abandoned fields. Like, that seems like something you would find. You know, more so than, like, random buildings and stuff. It's just, like, somebody's attempt at setting up a farm for themselves. And just the inevitable failure. She's content. Oh, she was comfortable. As soon as I asked her about it, she stopped being comfortable. Well, don't worry, Iggy. The last time you ate without a table is going to be pretty much the last. No. You aren't allowed. You're not allowed to eat until you have a chair to sit in. Because you're going to eat at that table, because I am not having that unhappy thought in your head. I want you to think, boy, I'm so glad I live in my own house with my own chair where I sit and eat my food instead of, you know, standing in the middle of the room like a fucking barbarian. I mean, I get that you used to be a slave, Iggy, but I think you could do a little better than that. Watch her fuck this chair up, too. What do we got? 75, 74, 73, 72, 71. Hasn't quite rendered me completely retarded yet. I'm a little disappointed. I'm still thinking in a fairly cognizant manner. Whatever. Let's set up another growing zone over this side. It kind of looks like it'll be really easy for me to just build a barrier wall here. Kind of following our little smoke leaf fields here. Which, all of these smoke leaf fields are out on the edges of where she's able to, where she will typically work. Ah, shit, if she had a torch, she'd probably work a little faster. So now she's really hungry, but this 8 without table thing should go away in 10 hours, okay. So it wasn't quite as good as I had hoped. Let's look up here and see how our initial smoke leaf plants are doing. 20%. And that was the first thing she planted, so... $95. Let's have her get out and harvest some of these things. I know there were more... Yeah, here's some bushes. Okay, so now she's sowing daylilies. And as soon as you're done with that, cut all these down. And then she should automatically haul it all in. Look at that. She's got her daylilies going. It should make this area right out here pretty good. 0.07. Oh, she likes her chair, though. It's a decent room. I think we can do better. Why don't we build just a wee little zone right here for some cotton? Where's cotton? Cotton, cotton, cotton. Wait. No. Can't believe I have to manually tell you to grab all the food that you just grabbed. I guess you're not hungry enough for it to be on your mind. You're just like, oh yeah, pick these berries, doop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh shoot, where'd I set my basket? So you'd really like a multi-purpose bins thing, where like they had a bin and then they kind of carried it around with them. You know, so that whenever they need to pick up some stuff, they just put it in the bin and then continue until the bin is full. Instead of this constantly having to stop them and start them and start them and stop them. 35 plus 7, that's 4 meals. So that's enough for a couple days. Okay, she's already planting that cotton. I think 9 will be enough for her to have 1. Oh? Blue Creek Pact. Must be a small tribe because it didn't show up on the map. I thought that the way that this worked was like if I would settle on an island, kind of like Dwarf Fortress, if I settled somewhere where nobody else showed up on the map, there wouldn't be anybody there. But it seems like there still is. So, I guess somebody swam across the fucking ocean so that they could come irritate me? Yeah. She's gonna plant some smoke leaf now. And this stuff should be pretty valuable for selling anyways. Right now, we obviously can't sell shit, but it will eventually have value. Low medicine. Well, we have some medicine growing, and it's 12% grown already. That's pretty good. So let's think about power. We've got the choice for wood-powered stuff, or chem fuel powered. I don't know what chem fuel is. So, wind turbine seems like the most obvious choice to me because I know how that works. We don't have the time, like the man time, the work hours, for her to be stopping just to like randomly fill up the power generator. She has to be able to keep doing her work normally because she's the only person here right now. After she cooks her meal, she should build the chair, which will help keep that comfort need maxed out. I mean, we don't have anything to give him, but you should talk to him. Psychite tea. Wow. Wow, that stuff really kicks ass on the pain, huh? A fragrant tea infused with the leaves of the psychoid plant Drinking it produces a subtle psychite euphoria. The tea is easy to produce at cooking facilities, but can produce psychite addiction if consumed too often, both as a daily energy and as part of social and religious rituals. Wait. Gift mode. Okay. I think there's something I can do through, like... whatever. There should be a way for me to use the dev tools to, like, manually do craziness. Yeah, so this growing zone is specifically for our one psychoid, because it does look like it might be more useful as a painkiller, which could be very important for us. Low food, you have 2 days worth of food. See? That's pretty good, and I think it goes up. I think cooked meals are worth more. Let's not forget to add into here the bill to butcher quite literally anything forever. I'll add in here the bill to make tribal wear till I have not 10, thank you. Let's make sure we've got 2. Let's also add to it the bills to make 1 club, 1 knife, 1 bow, and all the bloins. So how's her needs now? She's drowsy, which will be fixed shortly. She's naked, which now somebody has seen her, and, you know, that sucks. Recreation unfulfilled. What? Solitary social dexterity. Well, I'm gonna go look at that thing again while she sleeps. You tell me if this creepy weird... You know what? We're forbidding the door. He's not allowed in here. Let's tell her to plant more roses. Okay, I'm sorry, Adi, but you gotta clean your room up. You're not gonna sleep good unless... It's 0.6, so that's really good. Slightly impressive. Not nearly good enough. Alright, I'm gonna pull this thing out, see what I got. It looks vaguely like food. Let's take this spoon, poke at it a little. Just give it a real thorough stir in here. We'll set that in the cup and give it a try. my estimate is that it's going to need another little bit. We're going to see. Needs a little longer. You think she's still tired on account of the, like, midnight cleaning she had to do? Aw, man, her mood's only 71. Or someone on a mental break may hide in his room for a day, or may go on a murder spree. Boy, ain't that the truth. You're just like, you know what? I can't handle this shit anymore. I'm gonna lock myself in the room, and the first fucking person that opens the door, I'm just gonna stab right in the face. Okay, Iggy, well, as soon as you get up, you need to work on that chess table. Because you're right, you don't have enough variety. You need to get some training in intellectual shit anyways. Yeah, it's a little short of where I need it to be. And let's see. 7% grown. Remind me to look at it at, like, night. Kind of looks like the rice isn't doing super great. And this potato's hardly grown at all. She's only got 1 day's worth of food, right? Yeah. So let's get her growing a big old long line of rice here. We're just kind of setting up these lines and stuff so that she doesn't... I put this... You know, if they try to set the fields and stuff on fire and they're a big square, it's going to spread outward. Hi, microphone. It's going to spread outward, but if it's a line, it'll only be able to set one thing on fire at a time, except for the random plants, which there's nothing much I can do about that. Chances are later what I'll do is I'll double or maybe even triple up on these walls out here. And in general, her fighting strategy is just going to have to be stay inside. You know, don't get killed for no damn reason. Wow, she's a level 5 builder. But it still takes her forever to build a chess table. Let's skate around, see what we got. Oh shit. Something died over here. We got a corpse. It still counts as fresh. Whatever you're doing, fuck that. Grab that corpse. We need that leather. How much do you think this panther left for us? Oh, no pain. See? I told you dead things didn't feel any pain. what's debug info do? Huh. Oh, shit. Really? And it's like dead sent. Okay, maybe we'll get inside on time. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. You're just gonna have to get inside and plant some of your other fields, I suppose. Okay, let's forbid that door, and that should be all I need. So let's unforbid all these crops. She's got 20 meat here, which will spoil in 2 days. Can I get you to work on the soy koi just so you can have that little bit? And then after that, haul in the bird skin. Maybe you'll get an outfit. I wouldn't bet on it, but maybe. This is the rat, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It doesn't fight anything else, it's just interested in killing people. Which I would say is fair enough. Is it sleep time for you yet, Iggy? Oh, you really want that chess table. Decent rec room, decent dining room. Well, you're pretty much going to sit in there until I see this rat leaving us alone. Which is fine, there is plenty of work for you to do here. Like, for real. Like, you could probably be in here for, literal weeks. Yeah, okay, there is a spot of stone in there. No. You need to cook that meat. So our next thing, maybe, will be to expand our wall out this way. And... well, here. Say build a copy. Or... oh, wait. Oh, that's steel. Let's say build a copy. The terrain here cannot... oh, fuck. Fine. So do I have to go there? And there. But we're gonna need some trees, right? So we could put a growing zone. Like over... well, right up against the wall is going to have to be something else. We can't put trees right there. No, this is actually a terrible place for it. There's not enough soil. But maybe over here would be a little better. So, if we wanted to build a wall, right, it would have to be like 11 by 11, I would say, for a reasonable sized tree zone. And then we would just put in here a 9 by 9 growing zone for some kind of tree. I can't plant any trees. Why is that? Well, that's fine. Okay, tree sowing has to be next on our list then. I don't even know what that does because I can't see it. That kind of almost worked. So Iggy now has 3 meals, which is still enough for 2 days worth of food. Her room here is a 41, which probably means it's dirty somewhere. It says it's dirty under the crafting spot. No, I guess she just doesn't like the crafting spot. If that's not the case, then why is that there? First thing when she gets up, she's got to clean her room. She's hungry because she just woke up and she thinks that's unreasonable. She's like, I sleep all night and it's like I haven't eaten anything. The only thing left for her to fix is nudity. Sounds good to me. If she can get her clothes built, that should make her happy. And that should be the only thing left in the entire world that's made her miserable. That's my understanding of how things work. You know, you have clothes, and then every single one of your little needs is met. I mean, she's comfortable. She's got all these things. Her need for recreation is still doing garbage. But she's got 4 types. She really wants to interact with somebody socially. But there's just nobody around. And even if you did interact with them, they'd just be staring at your ass the entire time because you're naked. It's like that show, Naked and Afraid, but with way less romance. Okay, so I'm disabling construction. Just because I know you're going to spend a bunch of time trying to put all that random stuff together. The rat's chill again, so. In fact, can I architect orders cancel? Yeah, that's pretty good. Nah, she's just out cutting random trees. Let's make sure we forbid these walls before something stupid happens. See, she likes her smoke leaf, we can tell. Because that's like her immediate priority. It's super nice. She's sweaty. You know, every time I just think I've got this situation under control, somebody tells me something like I was sweating, and you know, I have to completely give up on everything, cancel the entire planet, because you know, we can't have people being sweaty. That's just not cool. Why do we want her to harvest this random berry bush? Because I said so. Well, you think you're done? Not even close. She should keep going. No. You know what? I want hauling and cleaning to be like max priority, and everything else. Okay, plant cutting can be pretty high up. Because we do need her to be ready to harvest everything. No, bring in your berries. And then, what do? I do clear all those berries. There we go. And that'll be just about enough food, I think. It'll say days worth of food and storage 1, and that should shoot up to about 3 here, I think. Okay, probably been seeing pirate raids. Low female drone. So the psychic drone minus 12? That's a bigger deal than how sweaty she is. No, you are not eating outside. No, Iggy. Just bring the simple meal inside. There. And then eat it inside at the table where you'll be happy. Okay, she does get a bad thought being in here. That's okay, we'll put a standing lamp right there. We're letting her clean today because we need shit clean. Wait, is she gonna try and clean the entire map? Okay, let's not go that extreme. god, now she's gonna prioritize keeping the campfire refueled. Okay. Whatever, I'll just have to manually tell her to carry things. When it's just one person, it's not so bad, though, having to micromanage every little thing. Sweaty, darkness, naked. I mean, I literally don't know what to tell you about that. I don't want you carrying that random wood over there, though. Once you have food going, you know, if you ever decide to prioritize planting important things instead of this. There. That should get her spending a bit more time working on what's important. Although the roses are very important. I think she plays horseshoes like right over here. Oh, and now she's gonna work on that. Okay, so when you wake up, first thing you're gonna do is smooth that area right there. It's gonna be completely random and not related to anything else you're gonna do for the day. Let's just leave it zoomed out and maybe do a time lapse. Want to do a time lapse? Let's see about a time lapse. Frankly, there just needs to be a way to skip straight to the end of the night. Because it's just annoying now, isn't it? You're just kind of killing time. What's egg you want to do first thing? No. Where's all them bushes I just said to harvest? They were like right over here, weren't they? I remember seeing a turtle. Where the fuck is it? Man, see, and I was thinking we gotta get that before the fucking turtle does. Well, whatever. After she's done with that, she should do some cooking. Unless, wait. 13 days, 2.3. Okay, so no. Just smooth. Oh, shit. I mean, get up and smooth. Shit. And she's not gonna go back to bed. That's okay. She'll take care of the hungry thing. Can't have that building unhappiness. Low food? No. And now she's cooking all the food. Iggy, that stuff's only gonna last for 2 days, so I'm gonna have to do a manual override on that. 2 more meals will be plenty. And the rice is 60%, 72. Potatoes not doing great at all. Should I get out there and grow the new grower rice? Why is she so obsessed with cooking? No. You're not allowed. It kind of seems like she'd rather do anything. Absolutely anything. Yeah, she really wants to cook all the meals. I feel like that's a waste of a day. You know, for her to spend the entire day sitting up there cooking. Yeah, okay. As soon as you're done with that, get over there. And as soon as I see you coming this way... Yeah, okay. No cooking. No more. Just... You can't cook. I told you not to. I said you can't. How are you still trying to cook simple meals? I've completely disabled the cooking skill. And you're still... You know what? Fuck it then. See, I think there's a problem with the way the cooking works. Because it seems like whoever does cooking just sits there and cooks until they freaking starve to death. They just stand there and cook and cook and cook and cook, and people come up and eat all the damn food from under their feet. And then they never take the proper time out to eat for themselves. And she's just gonna waste the whole fucking day cooking. No shit, you're hungry. You spent the whole fucking day cooking. Oh, I know what'll keep you from doing it. I mean, too little, too late, but... And go fucking eat something. Jesus hell. Is that all it took? She just like was so obsessed with cooking. So let's see. She's interested in mining though. That might be useful. We might be able to make use of that. Let's start thinking about power. So we're going to need conduits to go there. And I think we can put a turbine. We can put it right there. And we'll be able to secure that eventually. You know, it'll be on the list. And we're going to need 2 components, 4 components, 80, 100. So let's say like 220 steel and 4 components. Okay, Iggy, so when you're done with that, I want you to go over here and mine some of this compacted shit. Oh. Never mind. Let's forbid that. Let's tell her to go over here and build a wooden wall. Yeah, random guy with a gun. Fucking fantastic. And there's no way I'm gonna get lucky enough that something else will kill him. Okay, Iggy. Build the wall. Hopefully that'll be good enough. I don't think, so long as he doesn't like hear you or anything, I don't think he'll do anything. Like, he should just kind of wander in and out. It's just like a lone scouting person. Having said that, we need to start, for serious, for real, thinking about security. Yeah, well, where are they and what are they going to do? He's moving in. He's actually just as naked as we are. Iggy. Let's look at the bills. Let's bump up the club. So what about making the club, though? I guess we need way more materials for that. Iggy, put the fire out. Just let him wear himself out. You just put that fucking fire out. No, you're gonna need to be in close. Let's look at his health. He's got no pain. Shit. We're gonna die because of a random slicer. Yeah, that's right. Keep going. No. Fall back. Iggy, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, okay. I'm going to bed. I was like, what the fuck? She just came out and punched me twice, and then she's like... Oh, right, he set our shit on fire. Would you mind being all drafted and getting up here and kicking this poor man's ass? I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. So, we're pretty much screwed here, right? Like, there's nothing we can do about this. Maybe we'll get lucky and the fire will come in. Shit, now I was kind of enjoying that. See, I don't get it. Because we're on an island in the middle of nowhere. But some naked random weirdo with a gun just comes up and fucks everything up. I don't get it. Like, what's the point of even having islands if they're gonna give you exactly the same problems as everywhere else? No fucking point, that's what.